Y'all may have heard of Y: The Last Man. It is an FX series, and it stars big shots like Diane Lane and Ashley Romans, and of course Ben Schnetzer too, one of the only, or one of the few male characters. And it is about a world which falls victim to a plague which kills off all men. And of course, the design there, it's based off of a novel which, by all reports, is pretty credible and pretty good. And I'll admit the premise is pretty good. The idea of a chromosome being attacked, men, anyone who makes testosterone being killed, that's pretty clever. But of course, nothing really stops there. So actually, what you're looking at here is a statement put out by one of the big kahuna writers of the show, Eliza Clark. And of course, the show's canceled. The show's now been canceled. It didn't even make one season. It had made it about halfway through. And of course, she's very upset because all the rest of the liberal, angry Kool-Aid hair bull dyke types that are really bent on turning the world into San Francisco didn't get their way. So she says, "We have learned that we will not be moving forward with FX on Hulu for season 2 of Y: The Last Man. I have never in my life been more committed to a story, and there is so much more left to tell. Y: The Last Man is about gender, about how oppressive systems inform identity." Of course, pausing right there, anytime you hear about oppressive systems, you know you're dealing with a CNN-worthy crowd right there. "We had a gender-diverse team of brilliant artists led by women at almost every corner of our production. Producers, writers, directors, cinematographers, production design, costume design, stunt coordination, and more. It is the most collaborative, creatively fulfilling, and beautiful thing I have ever been a part of. We don't want it to end." Well, unfortunately for you, it's going to end, and fortunately for the rest of the world. You see, folks, this is the sort of liberal trash that is being thrust on the world that we don't want, and they don't understand why we don't want it. Of course, they're not getting it. It's not getting enough traction. The same way all of this woke garbage fails, this fails. And it fails for no other reason than the fact that people don't freaking want to hear about it. They don't want to see an angry bull dyke trying to be a guy. They don't want to hear about two mommies or two daddies. They just want to hear about what they grew up with, which is a mother and a father raising children. You see, that's the original design. And just like sex, you cannot improve on it. You can't. You can try, but you're ultimately going to come back to the foundation of society, which is the family. Do you see the problem with why stuff like this fails? Liberals don't understand it. They don't understand why the mainstream will never catch on to stuff like this. And of course, what did we do? We voted with our wallet. We voted with our views. And of course, this trash is file 13 where it belongs. So pretty much, folks, this is an indicator. This is a thing that should make you happy, because despite all of the horrible victories that the left wins and the right loses, where you get all these liberal school district people and all of these liberal politicians who end up causing all sorts of trouble and pushing nonsense on the public, this right here is an affirmation of what is good. The fact that most people just aren't going to spend time dealing with this trash, this bull dyke trash, that we don't care. Nobody wants it. Ultimately, we want the same dynamic that all of creation is based on, and it's just going to be that way. So, actually, despite it all, it's actually a good sign. Thanks for watching.